Good.
Hi again. I've just got my dough here. The bread dough has been sitting in the oven when the oven was cooling down from our dinner. I'm not sure if I mentioned before, but it is important to keep this bowl out of drafts and in as warm a position as possible. And because I'm doing this this evening, I don't have any sun, so I decided to put it in the oven for the last few minutes of rising. And you can see here that it has risen very, very well. So I've got it right up to the top now, and it was only halfway before. So that's great. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my spoon back into it, and I'm going to basically punch some air back into it again. So it's that same action of getting that air. You're also kind of pushing out air. You get pushing out bubbles. You don't want lots of bubbles in your bread. So you're keeping the yeast alive, but you're also getting out any air bubbles that might be in there. So you give a good old push around. You can even ask your hubby to come and have a go, can't you? Come on, darling, give it a go. Right, okay, so that's good. I'm not going to, the last loaf I made we put caraway seeds in, so this loaf we're going to do a plain loaf and just put sesame seeds on the top. So once you've given it a good enough, getting the air moved around, keeping it alive, you're then going to put it into a tin. Now the tin I've got here, folks, is a very, very thick tin. I bought this from All About Bread. I think it cost about $50 or so. It's a well-constructed tin. It's very thick, and I never have to wash it. Basically, my bread just falls out. If I've made it too wet and there's a bit of dough in there, I never put soap in it. I only wash it out with water, so that I keep a good tin there. So it's important to have a good tin if you can get one. So I'm just going to put it in now. I think this one could have done with a little bit extra water. It's quite thick. It's not a problem, but it just makes it a bit thicker to stir it and a bit thicker to get it out. So I'm going to get the rest of that out in a moment, and then I will just sprinkle it with sesame seeds on the top, and I will then allow it to just sit without bumping it around, because what Lee used to say to me, you don't want to bump it around now when it's at this stage, because you don't want to knock any more carbon dioxide out of it. But I'm going to turn my oven on to 225 degrees. We want a very hot oven to put it into, so that we get that quick rising action. So I'll put my oven on. It naturally goes to 180, but I put it up to 225, and you're going to have to find how that works for your oven, but you want a hot oven to start with. So yeah, I'll do that and put it in. As soon as it gets to 225, I will carefully put this loaf into the oven, and I'll put my timer on for 10 minutes, because with my oven I've learnt that I turn it around very gently after 10 minutes to get it heating up, get it rising up evenly, trying to get it as rising as evenly as possible. And after 2 lots of 10 minutes of doing that, I then decrease my temperature down to 180 and cook it for another 20 minutes.